What's going on, everyone? So if you saw my video earlier, you know I'm sick. So voice isn't all the way there, so please bear with me through this video. I appreciate you guys. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel. But diving into Lauri Markkanen. So there are reports that the Utah Jazz are potentially looking to have a fire sale, that they are listening to offers. Doesn't mean that they'll trade Lauri Markkanen, but they're at least fielding and listening to offers for a potential Lauri Markkanen trade. Look, Danny Ainge, if he does decide, like, hey, let's go full rebuild, get all these draft picks, let's try to find a star, whatever, or trade for a star at some point, then he'll trade everybody, right? If Lauri Markkanen isn't a guy that he sees, as a key piece 5 years from now or whatever, or however long his vision is, then he'll end up being traded. That's just what Danny Ainge has always done. Lauri Markkanen is an incredible talent, but he's 26 years old, right? So if Utah's looking at like a 3 to 5 year rebuild, do they really see Lauri Markkanen in the cards where they could get a massive return for Lauri Markkanen? I mean, almost every team in the league would be looking to go and try to acquire Lauri Markkanen because he is so talented. He still is so young. For some of these contending teams, he would be a piece that could be very valuable for not only this year, but for the foreseeable future. Lauri Markkanen is making 17.2 million this season, and then he has a partially guaranteed deal next season for 18 million. So any team bare minimum would have him for at least 2 years. More likely than not, he would get a new contract. So he's obtainable. He's not an he's not like a 40 million a year guy where it's like, okay, like there's no way most teams can trade for him, right? The problem is, though, is from the Lakers standpoint, because a lot of people I have seen screaming, Lakers got to go get Lauri Markkanen. Got to get Lauri Markkanen. I even made a video diving into, potentially getting Kelly Olynyk. If you didn't see that video, go check it out. Hear my thoughts and opinions on that. But a lot of people in that video and even in my live streams and stuff have been saying, like, the Lakers need Lauri Markkanen, right? And look, I fully buy in and subscribe to the Lakers going and getting Lauri Markkanen. I mean, you're talking about a 7-footer, 26 years old, a guy that can rebound the basketball, knock down shots, do basically everything on the basketball court. He can play the three. He plays the three all the time for the Utah Jazz. He can play the four. He can play the center in small ball spots. He's not really, he's more of a four and a small forward than he is a center. But at 7 feet, you could have him as kind of like a big small ball center, which could be very valuable. This guy is a guy that can put the ball in the hoop. I mean, the last 2 years, he's averaged around 24, 25 points per game. He's averaged 8.6 rebounds exactly last season and this season for the Utah Jazz, averaging about 1 assist, 1 steal, and 1 block per game this year. He's a guy that can help crash on the defensive boards, the offensive boards. He shoots the free throw excellent at 83%. He's from 2-point range, 59%, if we want to be exact. And then from 3-point range, he's a 39 to 40% 3-point shooter. And he's shooting that on basically 7 to 8 attempts per game. So this is a guy that can be a high volume 3-point shooter that makes a world of sense for the Los Angeles Lakers. And look, if the Lakers actually realistically have an opportunity to go and acquire Lauri Markkanen, I'm all for it. Personally, and this is just me, and I think it's a very, and we'll dive into it here in a minute, but I think it's a very logical answer. I don't see it happening. Don't hold your breath on the Lakers trading for Lauri Markkanen, because the Lakers are very limited in tradable assets, right? And you look at teams like the Knicks or the Thunder, especially. When I saw the reports that Lauri Markkanen was available, first team that came to mind was the Thunder. I was like, that's a team, makes perfect sense. Another team would be like the Indiana Pacers. Right? You look at some of these teams, they just have so much more tradable draft picks and assets, especially the Thunder. Like the Thunder could basically double the assets we have and still have a treasure trove. I mean, they could triple the amount of assets that we have and still have a treasure trove. Like even the Spurs could look at it and go, oh man, we could put Wemby at the 5 and have Lauri Markkanen at the 4 or something like that, right? Like, because he's still young, right? So that's the thing. Like, the Lakers have 1 first-round pick to trade. They have a potential pick swap, and then they have like a bunch of seconds. I just don't see that getting done. Right? Utah's not going to trade Lauri Markkanen for a bag of chips. Uh, he's very likely going to get at least 2 first-round picks, and I'm not talking about a pick and a pick swap. I'm talking about like at least 2 first-round picks. I could see teams maybe even giving a little more, especially if they think he's a guy that can make an impact. Like Oklahoma City could use Lauri Markkanen badly. Like Lauri Markkanen would be perfect with the Thunder and solve a lot of their issues, right? With him and Chet Holmgren would be fantastic. Like they could give up 3 firsts for Lauri Markkanen, even 4 firsts if they wanted to, and it would be worth it for them. And on top of it being worth it for them, right? Like they would still have enough draft picks to go get another superstar if they wanted to, right? So the Lakers just don't have enough to compete in a bidding war if a guy like Lauri Markkanen became available. If he was a free agent next year, right? Maybe Lauri Markkanen has a little more power and he's like, I kind of just want a home. If I had to pick, I want to go to Lakers. Maybe he could kind of push more. But there's teams that would take a chance on Lauri Markkanen for 2 years and trust that they can woo him over to keep him here, right? And so I just don't see a scenario where the Lakers land Lauri Markkanen. But if there is, Lakers need to make it happen. I would basically, if it was me, and this is just me, whoever you want, not named LeBron James and Anthony Davis, is yours. Literally. Because, you're talking about a 26-year-old 7-footer that's giving you 25 points per game, would be perfect slotted next to Anthony Davis and LeBron James. It'd give you size, give you perimeter defense, would give you extra rebounding, right? You could play him alongside Anthony Davis at the 4. You could play him at the 3 alongside LeBron and AD. Gives you a dead-eye shooter, which the Lakers need desperately. Right? I would like even Austin Reeves. Like if they were like, oh, we got to give us Austin Reeves or Rui Hachimura. Sure, go ahead. Here you go. Right? Like whatever we had to do to go get Lauri Markkanen. Right? I would do what it takes to get Lauri Markkanen. Because, look, I love Austin Reeves. Austin Reeves is great. You can't teach what Lauri Markkanen can do. And they're almost the same age. And Lauri Markkanen is an all-star level player. He's been extremely consistent and efficient the last few years, right? Like, this is a legit guy that could be a great complementary third star alongside the Lakers. He doesn't need the ball to be effective, right? Like he plays off the ball so well. Imagine him running alongside LeBron James, the looks that LeBron James would get this man. As efficient as he is on the Utah Jazz, where he's basically the best player and the best guy. Imagine if he's the third guy for the Lakers. Imagine the type of just attention that LeBron James and Anthony Davis draw, and you'd have Lauri Markkanen spotting up. It wouldn't be fair. Like Lauri Markkanen would get the best looks he's ever gotten in his career, playing alongside LeBron James and Anthony Davis, right? So I'm in the camp and of the mindset, like whatever it takes to get Lauri Markkanen, you go get Lauri Markkanen. But again, like I look at a team like Oklahoma City, and I think that they have to look at Lauri Markkanen and go, okay, like we got to go get this guy. And if they realistically even if the Lakers offered everything that they had, threw the kitchen sink at him, right? I don't, like a team like the Thunder would be like, all right, that's cute. Here you go. Well, what do they get? They're offering you a first round, a pick swap, and 4 seconds or whatever. And then Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura. Okay, like that's cute. We'll go and we'll give you 4 first-round picks. You can take anybody you want that's not named Giddey, Chet, or SGA. You want both Williams, you take them. You want Williams, there you go. Like, they have so much that they could give. I mean, they could give a Rudy Gobert type package if they wanted to for Lauri Markkanen. And so I just look at a team like that. I look at a team, like I said, like the Indiana Pacers or like the Knicks or just like, I mean, even Philly if they wanted to get in on that. Like there's just too much competition for a guy like this. I don't even know if the Lakers even try to make a real bid. right? Like I could see the Lakers being like, hey, would you take D'Lo and 2 firsts, or a first and a pick swap for Lauri Markkanen? Like I could see something like that. Because you could just do an even swap, a D'Lo and Lauri Markkanen, right? I could see something like that. Or maybe if they're like, hey, like, what are your thoughts on Rui Hachimura? Do you like Rui? Right? We'll give you, Rui and, Maxwell Lewis plus a first and a pick swap for Lauri Markkanen, right? Like, I could see them maybe doing something like that. But I don't know. I just don't see a scenario where Danny Ainge bites on that. Right. And look, Danny Ainge was the Lakers' hero last year, right? I mean, it was something that we talked about heavily. And people kept saying, oh, Danny Ainge, he's not going to trade with the Lakers. You don't understand. And I just kept saying, of course he will. Because he's going to do what's best for his organization. That's his job. He doesn't care about the Lakers, Celtics. Like, he's not with the Celtics. He's with the Utah Jazz. Guess what? He made a deal that he liked, that he thought was fair, that he thought was good enough. And it ended up landing us Jared Vanderbilt and now D'Angelo Russell, who we're going to use for a trade. Got us Malik Beasley too, but we know how that story went. But, like, regardless, it got us off of Russell Westbrook, and it got us in the conference finals. So, I definitely think that Utah is open to making deals. I definitely think the Lakers could get other pieces from Utah. I just think Lauri Markkanen, I just think the pool of teams it's going to be too high. And the Lakers just aren't in a position for any type of bidding war or anything like that. But, that's my thoughts and opinions. And as always, I pass the question on to you. Let me know yours down in the comments below. What do you think? Obviously, again, I'm in the camp of, if I'm the Lakers, whatever you want, literally whatever you want. Not as long as it's not LeBron James or Anthony Davis, it's yours. Which I don't know why Utah would want LeBron James and Anthony Davis at the rebuilding. But, like, if you even have to take on like a Jordan Clarkson or whatever, which, like, I'm not super high on Clarkson, but, like, if they were like, okay, well, we'll do it, but you got to take some of these, like, salary guys, like, I would do it just to get Lauri Markkanen, because we could still use the bodies, right, beyond that. But I just think, like, Lauri Markkanen, LeBron James, Anthony Davis would just be, like, Lauri Markkanen would be the perfect complementary third guy just because of his ability to shoot. He doesn't need the ball in his hands, right? Like, even like a Zach Lavine, DeMar DeRozan, like, they still need the ball in their hands. They could play off the ball, but they need the ball in their hands. Lauri Markkanen he's such a big threat without the basketball. And him being 7 foot, it's just so easy for him to get the shot off. So, but what do you think? Do you think we could get Lauri Markkanen? Do you think no? Do you agree with me that it's just like, yeah, we just don't have enough? I just don't want to see people getting their hopes up. I don't want to see people like, oh, Lauri Markkanen, let's go trade for him. We'll get him. Like, don't hold your breath. But anyway, again, how do you feel? Whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me out a lot. Lets me know you enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. If you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.